Hey guys, so I did a thing. In this video I want to explain why it's been over 2 months since I've created a video and the elephant in the room. Yes, I'm back to having the occasional beer in moderation. Still looking after myself, still going to the gym, although it has been a lot harder lately, which I want to explain. Let's start with the bike. Many years ago, I was probably 19, 20 years old, I had dirt bikes and I wasn't that bad either. I wasn't a great rider, but I was confident on the bike. And as soon as we had kids, I was told all toys, got to go. So I was made to sell my bike, one thing that made me really happy. I've always had a passion for dirt bikes. Travis Pastrana, he's been my idol since he first began freestyle. Like, I've loved dirt bikes the entire time. But having kids, make sacrifices, and toys had to go. So my kids are older now. Catching up with Paul lately in the videos and everything else. Paul and I went out on his motorbikes, camping, and it just brought that passion back to the surface again. And we went out to the Enduros a couple months ago with his son, and I just thought, bugger it. I'm in my 40s now. My kids are grown up. Why not have something that makes me happy in my life? I don't have a partner. I don't have anything else going right in my life. So why don't I have one thing that I can just jump on, go out, and put a smile on my face every single time? Now, I've even been riding this to work every single day, and it's such a good feeling rocking up to work with a smile on my face every single day. It was definitely not a smart investment. I had to take out another small loan to get it. It was definitely a bad decision financially, but to have something positive in my life that just keeps me going was worth it in the end. P2's son is a mechanic for Bunbury KTM. While we're at the Enduro, he's seen an ad come up on Facebook Marketplace for this bike here. I was already looking at going to check out a WR 450, and he's seen this come up and he goes like, no, I know this bike, I've worked on it, I know the history of the bike, I know it's a good buy, go check it out. So him and I went and checked out the bike the next day. It had one female owner since new, and it was immaculate for its age. It's a 2015 KTM 350 EXCF, and for me, it's the perfect bike for me to learn again, since I haven't ridden a bike in over 20 years. A couple months ago, Paul and I went out on his bikes before I got this bike, and I rode his 690 again. Now, I've been out camping in that before, but I took it pretty easy. This time I was in soft sand. The 690 is an awesome bike, don't get me wrong, I love his bike, but it's too big for me. When I was learning again, it was too powerful, too heavy, and it felt like the bike was in control and not me. And on that soft sand, I lost control, fell over, and I actually tore a ligament in my knee. And I was out of action for 3 or 4 weeks. I could hardly walk, couldn't go to work, anything. I was starting to recover just in time when we got this bike. And then pretty much I spent most weekends out riding the bike, just learning how to ride again. The trouble was, I was at home putting the bike in the shed one night, and the shed has a sand floor. I have to park next to someone else's car, and I was really worried about putting the foot stand down and having the bike fall with the soft sand straight onto their car. So the old shelf that was in the canopy, I'd put on the ground, and the shelf had a lip on the sides though. So when I was hopping off the bike with the helmet on, I couldn't see down below me. I actually stood on that little lip and twisted my ankle, fell over backwards. Luckily the bike didn't fall on me, and I tore another ligament in my ankle, the same leg, 2 ligaments within months apart. So I just wasn't having any luck at all. Not only is the bike helping with my mental health, it's also going to be valuable to the channel as well. It means now that not only do I have my Hilux, which I love, but now I can access more places and go more remote than I couldn't in the Hilux. I purchased a bike loader, so now I can load the bike on the back of the car. Paul and I can go out camping, or I can go on my own like I am this weekend now. Unload the bike and I can just take off from here and go wherever I want, rather than having to ride directly from home to where I'm going. I plan on doing a lot more camping on the motorbike as well. I was actually going to do that today. I'd packed bags, everything ready to go. On the bike, I was going to just take a backpack and just camp with nothing else but a backpack on the bike. And then I realised WA Ride Park was open this weekend. Now, I hadn't been here before, and it's only about 40 minutes from home, and it reminds me a lot of a place at home, Loveday 4x4 Park. You pay your $70, you get to use the entire property for the day, you get to camp here the night, and I absolutely love it here. There's a Pee-wee 50 track for the young kids. There's a motocross track, which I've had fun on all day long. Not to mention, there's endless enduro tracks here. I've had so much fun today just coming out and just relearning how to ride a bike again. And it's something I really want to do before I include it into more videos. I want to be more confident on the bike before I go out filming videos on my own remotely in case anything happens. I feel so lucky and privileged to have places like WA Ride Park within 40 minutes of home. I'm definitely back here a lot more. And I'd love to meet more people that are into bikes as well that can come out and join me. The weather has also been a massive impact on why I haven't been able to film the last couple of months either. Not just the last couple of months. I've been struggling for the last 5-6 months. Every single weekend I want to go out, it's raining. And I don't mind going out camping in the rain, but there's only so many camping in rain videos that I can film without getting repetitive and boring. And also, I love camping in rain, but you go home, you want to set up your awning and your rooftop tent, everything, and dry it all out. Trouble is down here, it rains the entire week. So you don't get any rest where it's a nice sunny day to dry everything out. It's raining all week long. So you don't want to get mold in any of your good equipment. It's worth thousands of dollars. You can't risk losing it. So a lot of the weekends I've just had to just not go out, which I hate doing. I hate not going out every single weekend. I've got no commitments here. I don't have a partner or anything else. That is the best therapy for me that really helps me, is to just get outdoors, sit by a campfire and just listen to nature. Another big factor in why I haven't filmed any videos in over 2 months, I have been struggling again. The last 3 or 4 months, it's just really getting to me. I just haven't felt like going out, filming a video and just pretending to be happy on camera, because that's not who I am. I want to always be myself on camera, and I always want to share my journey, what I'm actually going through, because I want to normalise mental health and not be like all these other YouTubers that only show the highlights of their life. Like everything is perfect and nothing ever goes wrong, because we all go through struggles and we all need help sometimes. I've been in WA for over 2 years now, and it's embarrassing to admit, I haven't had a single partner since I've been here. I've been on Tinder and all the other apps, and nobody wants anything to do with me. It's really depressing. And I've got it down to the fact that I've come across to a state where most people do FIFO work. And if you aren't on those big dollars, then you just aren't good enough. So an average looking person on an average wage, I work for Toyota as an accessory fitter, definitely not FIFO money. And that's just not good enough for anybody in this area. I've decided to give it 1 more year here. I've spoken to my son Ben about it. If I don't meet anyone in the next year, I'll be moving back to South Australia. Back home, I never had an issue meeting a partner. There was no FIFO back home, and people weren't so materialistic. You shouldn't be judged by how much money you earn. And even when I have been on dates here, the very few dates I have been on, first date we go out, and I'm always open and honest about everything in my life. I don't hide anything. And the second I mention that 2 of my kids I haven't been able to see in over 5 years, I'm just labelled as a deadbeat dad, pretty much. Doesn't matter that my kids are being kept from me, and it was out of my control. I would love to see my kids. I would love to have them full time. I've always wanted to have my kids full time. And it's been really hard just to keep going, just knowing that I can't see my kids. It's over 5 years, and they're adults now. They were still only between 13 and 15 last time I seen them, and now they're 18 and 20. And I've missed out on all those years with my kids, and I don't know how long it's going to be until I see them again. Everyone just keeps saying, yeah, one day they'll reach out, but you got to think that's all that time you missed out on. You never get those years back. I know with my own father, I didn't speak to him for 20 years. And I don't want to not see my kids for 20 years of my life. So I do still have Ben in my life. Ben and I still call every single night. Ben and I do have a plan that I can't discuss on camera yet, but things are still very positive with Ben and I. So at least I still have one of my kids in my life, but it doesn't help me not feel lonely and isolated here on my own, thousands of kilometres away from my friends back home and my family. I have no one here. I have no family, nothing. The trouble is, when I moved across here and my ex-partner left me, I lost my house, I lost everything I had back home, I lost everything. There's a housing crisis here, there's a housing crisis back home, so I will have nothing to go back to when I go back there. So all this has been weighing on my shoulders, hence why I made the stupid financial decision and bought a motorbike. I just needed something in my life to make me happy, because I honestly have been struggling. This time of year, I also have 3 full drive shows I appear at. I just finished the Busselton full drive show a couple of weeks ago, the Mandurah full drive show I think it was last weekend, and in a couple of weeks time I had the Perth full drive show. So there's 3 full drive shows I have to stress about. I have to travel to, I have to book accommodation, But luckily I've only got one more show to go and the weather is finally starting to clear up. Well, not this weekend. It's been raining most this weekend as well, but I'm really looking forward to the weather clearing up so I can get out and film a lot more. I always try and remain positive and think of the future and a positive future. I don't dwell on the past. I do believe we create our own future and our own happiness, and I'm sure I'll meet someone when the time is right. If you'd like to support me and help me get out to film more of this content in the future, consider becoming a Patreon member. There's a link down below you can join, and that helps more than I can explain. I hope you guys appreciate me being raw in these videos. It's really not easy for me to film this stuff. This is very embarrassing stuff, but I always want to be open and honest with my audience. Hopefully after the Perth show, I'll be out filming more adventure videos, which that's my passion, getting out filming adventure videos. I want to thank everyone that's stuck around these last couple of months while I've been pretty much completely silent on all social media. I just didn't feel up to filming anything at all. I hardly post on Instagram or anything lately. I just haven't felt up to doing any of it. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you've appreciated the effort I go to into speaking about all this raw sort of stuff, leave a like. It really does help. If you've got any words of encouragement, leave a comment down below. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. But thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.